Well, good morning from my local Queen Elizabeth Country Park. I've come up to have my final blast on the Specialized Levo. A little bit gutted I've got to hand this back, but I just want to actually give it a go here just to see how much effort I have to put in on some of the savage climbs that are here and just how much more fun I can have before I've got to give it back. So let's just drop straight into it. I'm going to give you my opinion afterwards. So the first thing I'm going to do is pretty windy today, so I'm going to do my best to make sure you can hear what I'm saying. Just climbing up a fire road, something that you normally have to be quite gradual on, sort of steady incline really all the way up, and I've maxed out the speed here. I am in eco, doing 15.5 miles an hour because that is the max speed. I'm just blasting to the top. A solo ride today because I wanted to test this, not just come up with my mates and then ride off. But let's get all the way to the top, drop in on the first trail, and then there's some pretty good climbs to give this a really good test and see exactly how much it benefits on the trail. So onwards and upwards. I'm at the top, ready to drop into my first trail of this e-bike session. Normally takes me 20 minutes to climb from the car park area all the way up here. Took about 6-7 minutes. It's phenomenal to get you on the track a lot quicker, so it's obviously going to do the same on the way back up. I'm just going to put snippets in as I go down, so not the whole trail, because it's all about how I'm feeling coming up and, you know, the time frames to get back to the top of stuff. So let's hit down the bottom of this and then I'll see you for the climb. Now it's this one here. Normally when we come out in a group or even solo, it takes quite a long time to get to the top of. It's very gradual, but it's consistently like that, and it is hard work after you've done your first run. So let's get it in turbo. It's ridiculous. It really is. Still obviously having to put some effort in, but I'm not going to justify it with a conventional bike, e-bike. This is really quite easy. In turbo, motor's assisting me 4 times the amount I would be able to, and you really do coast up there. I mean, if you want a harder workout, drop it down into trail mode or even eco, but you're not going to be challenged as such in turbo. That's just a great way to get you to the top and hitting into another trail. I mean, it's really the first time I've been able to climb up something like this and be able to talk without sort of having to catch my breath every time. So that's it, I'm at the top of that section. Now time to get back up to the top of the trails again, so I'll see you out there. So where I'm feeling so refreshed still, just literally dropping into the next one. Still got to get used to the way this 29 handles, that's for sure. Bit of a beast compared to the Stanton. And it's not mine. The stigma that is attached to these is unbelievable, and I honestly think until you actually have a go of one, take it down your trails to see the benefits it can offer. You know, is it cheating? Not really. I mean, come on, you're out riding your bike, you've still got to put the effort in to go downhill. and you will meet that resistance at its top speed. So you know, you can't accelerate any faster than the bike can go, unless of course there's de-restricted versions out there. But it gets you off the couch, it makes the climb certainly more enjoyable, and it's just, yeah, it's opened my eyes up. I mean, it really is the future. I know you'll have people that will say opposite, but it's a personal opinion. My local buddies will be like, wow. So I am in turbo. The gradient will look nothing on the GoPro. I'm not even in the easiest gear, so definitely have to pump it a bit harder. But I mean, come on, still easy. Assistance to the max. So I'd stop at the top. I'd have to control my breathing, and then I'd be ready to do this bit. But as you can see, just straight into it. No mucking about on these. I mean, I've got to get home and decorate today. I've got to keep the wife on side. She wasn't like, no, you can't, but I said, come on, I've got to hand this bike back. Let me go out and have a solo blast. Just see what it can do. I'll be as quick as I can. And, you know, that's just my scenario, but if you are seriously restricted by time, God, get one of these. You'll be absolutely fine. Into the red. Gotta love the walkers, just totally oblivious. See, this is the downside to me, so I'm giving it the beans, but the resistance won't let me pedal any faster. You can coast fast, but you can't pedal faster. So it's very limited on that front, on these downs where you want a bit of extra horsepower with the legs. You know, getting you moving at points like this, absolutely fine. But I already feel I'd have a faster run on a conventional bike down something like this. Yeah, that burst acceleration out is nice. So I suppose that makes up for what you lose everywhere else on the track. Well, just before I hit into the blue trail, there is a workaround. So if you don't want that resistance when it reaches its maximum speed, which for pretty much all e-bikes should be 15.5 miles per hour, then you can actually turn it off completely. I'm going to do that on this blue run, so that when you turn off you can see the light's gone out. It means you get no assistance when you pedal. Difference being you really are pedaling quite a heavy bike. So just want to see how it fares. Going to go down the blue. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it's particularly long, but we'll get those final sections, final thoughts as I come out the bottom. Oh god, yeah, that's pretty hideous. Once you get going, not too bad. Yeah, it's just that initial burst of weight. But yeah, regardless, even when you get going, you can still feel that this is a lump. This type of flow though, nice. I knew I could see some tops. Yeah. Alright guys.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Yeah, I'm doing a demo I can catch my breath because the motor's off right now. Now, something very interesting here. I thought, yeah, I've done all the trails I'd normally do on one of my rides. It's just taken me over an hour. I bumped into a couple of people that are in my Facebook group, EMTB Fanatics. Nice little plug there if you want to go and join it. And I was cycling to the bottom here and I thought, you know what, there's 3 bars on the battery. Why not have another go? So this here I definitely never have the energy for, which is the red official. This is the horrid sort of 10-15 minute of climbs before you get any sort of natural flowy fast sections, and just to come up here with stacks of energy left and be able to do this, that says it all. So here's a negative for you. I just did that red XE loop, quite challenging at the best of times on a conventional bike. Piece of cake on this, but I've got to say I didn't really enjoy that because this is part of my fitness ride every Tuesday, and to have that ease of being able to get through it the way I did doesn't make you feel like you've got a sense of achievement. So I would just much prefer to do that on a regular bike. This is one of the fire roads I blasted up earlier in trail and boost to give it a good thrashing. I'm on the very last bar of battery now, so I've turned the motor off like I demonstrated earlier, and going up here it's achievable, but it's not very pleasant. I mean, you can really feel the weight and that little bit of resistance as well, but if it does die while you're out on the trail, at least you know you can get back. It's just going to be a lot harder. Well, that is today's session done. I mean, absolutely incredible, and I'm just getting my Garmin out here. I've killed the battery again. I have a good habit of doing that. I'm not sure what the watt hour is in there, whether it's a 5 or a 700, but I've done something that I'd never be able to do. In the 2 hours and 12 minutes since I started this watch, I've only stopped a couple of times to just chat with people on the trail. I've done 16.66 miles. I feel fresh still, like I'm ready to do another 16 miles. That is most certainly the advantage of one of these. But of course you can't do it because the battery's dead, so you really are limited by the endurance of it. It gets a little bit frustrating when you get that resistance, but the way around it is to turn the motor off. But when you want that burst of acceleration, you've got to keep flicking it back on. It becomes a little bit of a challenge. But is there a place for these? My god, yeah. I mean, if I had the money, which I don't right now, I'd get one of these, absolutely. It's really, since having it over the last couple of sessions, it's really changed my thought process of an e-bike on a trail. I mean, until you have a go, you can't really sort of sit there slagging it off, saying you're cheating and all the other bits and pieces. I've got so much more in and I'm feeling so much better for it. Am I getting the same level of exercise? No, of course not. But if I could do 30 miles, then it might equal the same. But either way, you're out riding, having fun. It has its drawbacks, that's for sure, but it's been an absolute positive experience to me, and I highly recommend, if you've got the opportunity to go and try one, that you go and do that. Now, if you like what you've seen, give it a thumbs up, throw your comments in down below, because of course I would love to hear what you've got to say. But of course, press that logo, more importantly, down in the corner, subscribe, come back for more content. But until then, I'll see you for the next one.